This is the RGT Intruder, a very capable 1/10 scale, very nice looking, cheap trail truck. Now, I did upset a few people when I called it cheap. I'm still going to call it cheap because if you compare it to all the other 1/10 scale trail trucks and crawlers, it is cheap. And there's some good news if you live in the UK and some parts of Europe, I think. FTX are bringing this out as the Trooper, and from what I've seen, it's a very good price as well. I was really impressed with this, so I think it deserves a few upgrades. So in this video, we are fitting some brass. I got some front steering knuckles, some rear axle weights, and a single axle cover that doesn't feel all that heavy. And what do they call it? A gearbox lid housing. So got some weight for it. I've taken this AXE 550 system out of my FTX tracker, which I haven't cleaned since I last took it out over a year ago. And this is the 3300 kV version, so it's going to have a little bit of wheel speed. I'm hoping the 550 size will fit in there. We should be good because it's actually got a 550 in there. I couldn't remember. It's a bit weird that FTX have called their version the Trooper. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser LC71 style, and the Trooper was an Isuzu. But a name's a name, I guess, right? So if you're familiar with the FTX tracker or the RGT, I can't remember what it's called, Rescuer, is it? Very similar looking Land Cruiser body, completely different underneath. This has got a really nice machined like LCG style chassis. You've got this divorced gearbox setup. The motor sits backwards here and you've got a chassis mounted servo. On the tracker, the motor sits forward and the servo sits down there, so you've got a lot of weight up front. So completely different setup. This is a single speed rather than a 2-speed. It hasn't got remote locking diffs. It hasn't got portal axles. It's a very sort, I don't want to say basic because it's not basic, but it's a really nice, simple setup. I was really impressed with it out of the box, so with these upgrades, it's going to be even more impressive. I think to get this motor, I'm going to have to take the gearbox out, which looks like, just as like two screws there and 2 there, I think. This has got a combined ESC and receiver in it, so we are going to have to put a new receiver in as well. Not a problem, I should have one spare. Need a bigger pinion, but that's a 5mm shaft on there. I hope I've got one, because that is a 3.175. Well, that was a fail. I didn't have any more pinions. Then I thought I'll cut the plate, but what was actually restricting the movement wasn't the hole cut in the plate, it was just the gearbox. It wouldn't turn, it wouldn't twist anymore, so I couldn't modify it. So I didn't have a pinion and I didn't have a spur gear, but it's fine. I've got another axe. Borrowed it from my RC 4-wheel drive project that's been sat there gathering dust for, well, quite a while. When I say borrowed, I stole it. So it's a 540 can, so not quite as torquey, and it's a 2300 kV rather than 3300. It's actually probably way more appropriate for this than that other one was anyway. So that's fitted, and the servo's in there. That's going to be overkill as well. It's 60 kilo, and look how fast it is. Anyway, whoa, plenty of wheel speed as you can see. That was on 3S, but with the AXE system, nice low down control. Beautiful. Right, let's unplug this before I destroy stuff. Let's get the brass on. Probably do the rear first because that looks like it's going to be the easiest. I think I might switch the wheels and tyres on this as well. I feel like it needs some better quality tyres. I mean, these are fine, they're just not all that grippy. I think these just slide over. They need a little bit of persuasion with a screwdriver. Nope. Oh, there, look. Just needed a little bit of finesse. There. Right, I will get the other one on, and then we'll get the front on, and then we'll get the diff cover. And we're done. Now, that isn't the wheel and tyre I really had in mind. I wanted something a little bit stickier with a bit more meat on it, but these tyres are slightly smaller than normal, but they're slightly bigger than Class 1s. I did try some Class 1s, but they were way too small. So these are Nitto Trail Grappler MTs off of my Capra. They were painted gold and black because my Capra was gold and black. I called it the Golden Goat, but I got the paint pen out and made them silver because I think it looks a little bit nicer than the gold. What's funny is the ones that came off are Trail Grapplers as well, but these are clearly knockoff ones and they don't look anything like it anyway. They just say Trail Grappler MT, whereas these ones are the proper ones. Anyway, I think we should go take it out on the trail. Well, I can't get my lights working, so we'll go without lights. Whoa, it's running 3S. The throttle feels a little bit punchy for an AXE system. Might be the remote I've got. Absolutely no problem with that. Full drag brake I think I've got on, so it's going to go nowhere. Plenty of wheel speed. This has quickly turned into a bash session. This mud's certainly sticky, isn't it? Look at that mud. Look how sticky it is. That's crazy, that mud. Oh, this thing's awesome. I don't know whether the upgrades have made it any better though. Stock out of the box, it was awesome. Certainly got more wheel speed, more powerful servo. Try a bit of wheel speed. Yeah. Just digging a massive hole. Come on. Wheel speed. Slow and steady. Oh, the slow and steady might work. Oh, come on, go, go, go. Yeah. Slow and steady worked, there's a thing. We may have some suspension damage. Slow and steady was what won that race. The race through the mud. It's not always about speed and power. Let's get this thing back to the tent and we'll see if we have damaged that suspension. Let's clean that mud off first. Yeah, that's not looking great, is it? Just been through here to clean it. It's a little bit deeper than I thought, but it looks good going through. Just slide around nice. Right, I know, mud isn't the best thing for trying out brass, is it? So we've come to my favourite crawler course, Beds Electric Radio Control Club. And this is definitely going to test that extra weight and that extra control. The mud was fun though. So you got that nice low down control of that AXE system. FOC, which means you can just hold the throttle and it will keep going. You don't have to increase or decrease the throttle position. It will just keep going at the speed you put it at. We are not getting up there with that short wheelbase. Oh, nice. This is such a good crawler. Such a good crawler. I mean, it was really good out of the box. Don't need to put these upgrades on it. Could do with that bumper being removed as well. That bumper definitely gets in the way. That's a compromised position. Can we... Oh. Turn into the roll. Oh, nice. Let's check that drag brake out. I'm going to have to punch it from here, I think. Otherwise, it's going to go.
Come on. There we go. Love that low down control. Not change the throttle at all. I'm literally holding it in one position and it's just doing it itself. Now this is where that weight should help. This is really steep, but it's got that brass weight that should keep it planted. It's gonna, I think it's gonna do it. It wants to grip. Oh, I think we got it. Yes, impressive. So the FTX Trooper, the RGT Intruder, what a truck, stock or upgraded, it's awesome.